Hello everybody and welcome back to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. This is Dapper Cthulhu, and this time we are going to be going on to Korriban. And as you can see, Bastila is no longer in the party. She sacrificed herself so we could escape from Darth Malak at the end of the last episode, which, if you haven't watched it, watch it. There are some big stuff that happens there. I'm not going to spoil it here, but she is no longer part of the crew, and we are not getting her back. But even if she were here, she would not be able to come on to Korriban because this is the center of the Sith's war effort. This is basically Sith Central, and she is being targeted by the entire Sith Empire. Bringing her onto the planet's surface would be putting a target on her back. So even if she were here, she wouldn't be able to come with us. So she's not coming with us no matter where in our adventure we would be doing this planet. So to honor her memory, I'm going to be bringing Jolie and Juhani onto the planet with me. Yes, I'm sure. Alright, on the surface, I'm going to go this way, and yep, here it is. Greetings, human. A word, if I may, concerns the Dark Lord of the Sith. You mean Malak? No, human. I mean the true Lord of the Sith. I am speaking of Darth Revan. Of you. How do you know who I am? Listen to me and all will be made clear. My name is Zyagrom. I am a businessman. I and my partner deal in rare items of extraordinary value and power. You're at the exchange! No, we're not. We are independent operators, though often transactions involve those who represent the exchange. Traditionally, we've always done business with the owner of the Ebonhawk, Davik Kang most recently, Ahida Othar before Hihaxa before her, but we were reluctant to approach you. You had no ties to the exchange, which was a problem. Even worse, you were a Jedi, not the sort of person we normally associate with. Get to the point. How do you know my true identity? There were reports of the Ebonhawk traveling to many different planets. We wanted to know what you were up to. At your last port, I placed a small tracking device on your ship. The tracking device reported back to us that you had been captured by the Leviathan. Once we had that information, we began digging into our sources within the Sith fleet. Sources? What sources? There are millions of sources there are millions of soldiers in the Sith fleet. Surely you aren't surprised that some of them will sell information. Even high-ranking officers aren't immune to the lure of easy credits. Your escapades on the Leviathan created quite a stir in the Sith fleet. Of course, Malak tried to suppress the truth about your identity. There were more than a few summary executions. But even if security footage is destroyed and witnesses silenced, some bits of information always slip through. Spend enough credits to gather the tiny pieces and the puzzle becomes clear. Yep. Truth. We know what happened on the Leviathan. At least, we know enough. You are Darth Revan, and you are going to kill Malak for daring to claim dominion over the Sith. You're wrong. I'm not in this for revenge. Maybe, maybe not, but whatever your motivation may be, you do intend to stop Malak and his followers. Of that, we are sure, and we want to help. My partner and I deal in very rare and powerful items, weapons, armor, things you could use in your battles against Malak and the Sith. And you're just gonna give these items to me? I don't carry these items with me, of course. They're with my partner, but they're yours if you've got the credits to buy them. We do want to make a profit on this after all. Just go to the cantina here in Dreshte. There's a Rodian there named Micah Doran. Tell Micah that Zyagrom sent you in to look at the premium items. I'll go check it out. Micah already knows to expect you. Like I said, just tell him you want to look at the premium items. I guess my work here is done. Goodbye, Revan. And once Malak is beaten, don't forget who helped you to victory. I sure won't. Alright. Now we can... That cutscene doesn't always happen, so... I see. Another Jedi come to small Korriban. Yes. Good to meet you. How do you know I'm a Jedi? From the lightsaber you're carrying, naturally. Only Jedi carry ones like that, correct? There are many people who come to Korriban from throughout Sith space hoping to join the Academy. Some of them are Jedi who have left the Order. You will get into the Academy for certain. I understand Jedi who have left the light side are made very welcome. So I imagine. But enough about that. It's very nice to see the Ebon Hawk has returned. I've not seen that ship for some time, indeed. Since you're a regular to our little colony, the docking fee is only 25 credits. You know of the Ebon Hawk? But of course. There was a time when that ship used to dock here on a weekly basis. It's changed hands then, has it? Ah, well, that happens. Okay. So, the fee is much more reasonable here. Much more doable, but just to keep consistent? That's not really necessary, is it? I suppose there's no need to charge the owner of the Ebon Hawk any fee, really. I'll open the door for you. I had to at least try. Alright, I'll be on my way. Enjoy your stay in Dresde. Alright. You know the drill. We enter the planet, we figure out what's going on, and find our way to the star map, we leave.
No, that is the wrong answer. Again, you pathetic hopefuls can't possibly all be this stupid, can you?
But please, Master Shardan, give us a chance. We'll do anything to get in the Academy.
I'm no master yet, but I like the sound of that. All right, one more question. A lot of you is trying my patience. All right, let's say you become a Sith and I am your commanding officer. I give you an order to spare the life of an enemy. Do you do it?
Oh, of course, Shardan. Anything you command us.
We would never oppose you.
No. Do you honestly believe that the Sith are in need of such sniveling cowards? Mercy is a weakness. If your leader shows weakness, it is your duty to kill him and show true authority, true power. That is why the Sith are strong.
Thank you, Shardan. We understand now.
No, you don't understand, and you probably never will. You wouldn't survive 5 seconds in the Academy. The other students would tear you apart. Bah! I can't be bothered with fools. Perhaps I should... You, Jedi! You're looking to get in the Academy, are you not? Of course you are. Why else would you be here? Let me pose a question to you. These hopefuls will never survive in the Academy. A lesson must be taught here, but I am at a loss as to what form it should take.
Well, if you can't think of anything cruel, you really shouldn't be out here, young man, should you?
I wasn't talking to you. I'm thinking to spare them the effort of being killed and do it myself. Perhaps I shall turn their skin inside out. Or force lightning. Yes, it's a most impressive display. Or perhaps a bit of humiliation is in order. I could easily strip off their tunics and make them run through the colony. Or they could lose all control of their bodily functions. What do you think? I just can't seem to decide.
Why? What did they do?
We didn't do anything. Please, help us.
Silence! It's not what they did so much as what they didn't do, which is prove themselves worthy. I'm exhausted from dealing with their mulings, so please decide for me, will you?
Okay. So here's a chance to let out your sadistic side or your not so sadistic side. Good, obviously those chances come along a lot in this game, but I thought there were more options you could get. But you could scare him a little, humiliate him, kill him, or have him let them go. I'm going to say right now that on Korriban it is very hard to get through the entire planet without ever taking a dark side hit. I'm going to attempt it, though, and see what happens. Let them go. That's my decision.
Let them go? And what could possibly convince me to do that?
Here is another thing. If you've done the Leviathan before you come to Korriban like I did, you have the option of telling people here that you are Revan. However, it will only work one time. So you got to pick and choose when you say it, if you say it at all. Only one person will believe you. And I'm not wasting that. Could say they aren't worth your time. Killing them is wrong and you know that. Because I'll kill you if you don't. Alright, I'm going to say killing them is wrong.
Now that has to be the funniest thing I've heard all day. Well, fine. Whoever you are, since you've proven such a good sport, the boys can run off. I'm sure your little lesson will give them something to chew on.
Alright. So far, so good. So we continue into Dresde and see what we can find. There's a Rhodian named Bree here. If they have a name, we gotta see what they have to say. Greetings. Say, aren't you the one who won that swoop race on Manan? I'm a big fan. I hope we can find something suited to a celebrity like you. Is there anything you'd like? What sort of merchandise do you offer? Weapons, mostly. I've got connections. You'll need them if you're going to be spending any time here. Why so? There are a lot of Sith on this planet. This is where they come to study. Obnoxious brats, the lot of them. Just between you and me, I'll never understand why everyone thinks dark side and hooligan should be the same thing. But they are definitely dangerous. So that's why you'll probably need weapons. Not that they'll be much help. What connections do you have? Mandalorian raiders occasionally drop by and need to get rid of some extras that they can't sell in the civilized systems. They treat me well, I treat them well. It works out. So if you need weapons, and you probably will, this is the place to come. Alright, let's see your merchandise. Certainly, allow me to punch up the stock. I am going to buy this heavy repeating blaster for HK-47. And there's some grenades. These poison ones are not infinite. Sonic ones I never bother with. Ion grenades, those will be useful against droids. Adhesive, useful. Concussion, can stun them. I'm not bothering with the Sonic because they don't do a lot of damage. Yeah, they're not. In all my times playing this game, I've never really found a good use for Sonic grenades. I'm not going to bother with these mines. Okay. The rest of this stuff I can just leave alone. We'll move on over here.
Look here, my dear friends. We have some newcomers to the colony, led by a Jedi, no less. I don't believe I've seen any of them before, have you?
I hate Jedi, and these fallen ones are worse. They always get into the academy, and they think they're better than the rest of us.
Well, if you'd seen us before, we wouldn't be newcomers, would we?
Smart-mouthed newcomers, to boot.
Looks pretty fresh to me, Lasho.
That's what I thought. Well, stranger, I don't know whether you're aware of this or not, but here on Korriban, the Sith do as they please. And we are Sith. Quite literally, whether you live or die depends upon our whim. What do you think of that,
I don't think there's any need for hostilities.
Oh, neither do I. I simply stated a fact. Do you know how many Sith there are in Dresde?
12. No, wait, 13.
Enough to crush this fool! Let's do it, Lasho.
Now, let's not be hasty. Perhaps our friend here could yet offer up some amusement. What do you say? Amuse us, make us laugh, and we might just consider allowing you to live.
Okay. These two Mandalorians are out in the woods.
Go on.
One of them collapses. He doesn't seem to be breathing and his eyes are glazed. The other Mandalorian takes out his communicator and contacts his commander.
I've heard this one before. I think...
Quiet.
He gasps. My partner has collapsed. I don't know what to do. After a moment, his commander responds. Calm down. I can help.
And then?
First, let's make sure your partner is dead. There's a silence, and then a blaster shot is heard. Back on the communicator, the Mandalorian says, Okay, now what?
Ha! Too funny.
Good one!
Yes, I suppose that wasn't too bad. All right then, my friend. You've done as you were asked. Perhaps we will meet again.
Whatever. Okay, so after you get past them, this is where that guy in the... Really? Really?
Got something on your mind, dude?
You never did say why you decided to come with me.
No, I never did I?
You know I don't have to take you with me.
Of course you do. I know things, remember? You think you could make it around this part of the galaxy without me? But, don't answer that. At any rate, I already told you why I wanted to leave. I'd seen everything I wanted to on Kashyyyk. Time to go. Time to move on.
Move on to where?
To bed. I'm old and tired, you know.
No, really.
How many kilometer-high trees can you find an interest in before you figure you've had enough? I'd bet you can't be bothered to stay in one room for more than 15 minutes. And then there's all the critters in the Shadowlands. I'm just happy to be back in space, doing something new. Is that too much to ask?
You could do that on your own.
So I could. Not having a ship does tend to put a damper on that kind of idea, however. I'll admit, for all its flaws, Kashyyyk was home enough. But when you came along and I saw the destiny you had before you, I couldn't help but be intrigued.
You know what my destiny is?
Of course not. Weren't you listening last time? I can see that you have a destiny before you, but the details are far from clear. In fact, everything about you that I can see is odd. Slightly off, as if my eyes are trying to trick me. Something is very dark about you. But, I'm sure you don't need to hear my ruminations. You've probably got enough nosy Jedi offering you one opinion after another to make you sick.
No, tell me more of what you see.
Your future will come of its own accord, trust me. Sometimes navel-gazing at it doesn't get you anywhere. I wouldn't worry about it too much if I were you. You remind me a bit of Nomi. That can't be all bad.
Nomi? Who's Nomi?
Nomi Sunrider. She came late to the Force, just as you have, and became one of the greatest Jedi ever. Oh, fine, fine lass. Whether you'll follow the same path remains to be seen. For one thing, we'll never get anywhere if you stand around chatting up old men all day. Oh, stop being such a baby. Are you always so quick to turn aside an ally? Got too many of them, do you? One thing I will say is that this little escapade does remind me a bit of my adventuring days before the war. Those were exciting times. Or at least it would remind me of those times if we didn't stand around. What's keeping you? You're too young to be so talkative. Shoo! Shoo!
Okay, as I was saying, this is where that Twi'lek and the doc told me to go. Not,
Greetings. You've heard of that awful business on Idian, yes? Our corporate outpost there has been destroyed by the Wookiee savages.
Savages?
This could put back the use of Wookiee labor considerably. We may even have to abandon the planet completely.
Good!
Well, what can you do? Sorry. Was there something you needed?
Okay. First of all, I didn't just hear about that, I was a part of that. Second of all, you have to abandon that planet? Good. Abandon it. Third, what does Zerka do here on Korriban, and how can I stop it?
We do some mining here, and are responsible for local shipping and support of the Sith on Korriban. Our starport is mostly just freighters and such, but we do get many travelers that come here to learn from the Sith. This office is actually our administrative headquarters for this region. Rather inauspicious, isn't it? We offer good prices here to those traders that keep the colony supplied. If you're in need of anything, this is the place to come.
Okay, Zerko works with the Sith?
Well, why not? This is Sith space now, and the company has to survive regardless of who is in charge. The Republic, the Sith, the economy has to keep going. Now, was there anything else?
Can I see what you have to offer?
You certainly can. Allow me to punch up our stock.
Oh. Okay. All right. All right then. There's some pretty good stuff here, it looks like. Yeah. Holy crap. This, if I had implant level 3, this would allow me to restore my health by just standing around. That would make things so much easier. I can't use it in this playthrough though. This is not where I was told to go, apparently. Huh. Anyway, I guess let's move on. Right, it was the cantina. Okay. Before I go in the cantina, I want to talk to this guy. You there, human. You're the one flying the Ebonhawk now? I saw you disembarking earlier. Who wants to know? My name's Luge. Not that it's important. I know you and you don't know... I don't know you and you don't know me. What's important is that we've been waiting for that shipment for a month now. I suppose we should be grateful the shipment survived terrors at all, though, right? Anyway, hand it over and let's finish this. Hand what over? What are you talking about? Wait a minute. Don't you work for Davik? Just how is it you happen to be flying the Ebonhawk anyway? Davik's dead, I presume. I stole the Ebonhawk from him. Well, when a planet explodes, you've got to expect a few changes. Davik's dead, hey? Maybe you can still help me with something. We had arranged for several kilograms of to be shipped here aboard the Ebonhawk. Perhaps Davik left it on board? I suspect if it is, it would be in the container we gave him, locked and requiring a code. Might you have seen such a thing, human? I may have. How much is it worth to you? 1,000 credits and perhaps more, if you're interested. Well, what do you say to that? I could take a look for it. Excellent. Set the code on the container to Red 47. When you get the spice, bring it to me here. I'll wait for you. Anyone who doesn't know what spice is, it is not the spice that's used for cooking, and I'll just leave it at that because that could get me in trouble if I talk about what it actually is on here. But I am going to go back on the Ebonhawk, get it, and bring it back to this guy. The secret compartment that he was talking about is right here next to these barrels. The secret compartment is still locked. Enter access code Red 47. Hidden compartment is now unlocked. Open it. There it is. So let's get back to lures and get this over with. Alright, I got your stuff. There you are. Do you have it? What did I just say? Yes, I do. So you do. That does indeed look like the amount Davik promised. Very well. 1,000 credits is yours in exchange for the spice. I don't work for Davik, remember? I want more. I suppose we should count ourselves fortunate that you're here to deliver Davik's promise at all. 1,500 credits, human, but no more. Here you are. You drive a hard bargain, human. Allow me to take this ice off your hands. My employers will be most pleased. Tell me, might you be interested in earning more credits? Maybe. Tell me more. It's a simple courier mission. Mo to the hut on Tatooine awaits delivery of a box that I hold. The spice was his and the box is his repayment. Oh. There is no danger involved, human, as long as you do not attempt to open the box yourself. I'm sure Moda will pay what was promised to Davik for the delivery. I believe 2,000 credits was the agreed upon sum. Why don't you just bring it to him yourself? I suppose I would eventually have to, should you refuse. You are already here, however, and you have a ship. It is most convenient to have you deliver the box. What happens if I open the box? Never open the box. Opening the box will be a horrible idea. But what would happen? Is it a bomb? It is not a bomb. Just do not open it. That is all I can say. It represents no danger to you so long as it remains closed. Okay. I already know the answers to those last questions. Alright. I'll do it. Very good. I'll have some of my workers load the box onto the Ebon Hawk for you. It will be waiting there for you. Remember, do not open the box. Now I must go. My employers thank you for your assistance. Alright. That is a very ominous job, and I am going to want to get that over with so that I can be done with this risky business before I do anything else. So let's get this over with. Let's get back to Tatooine. Number one, to get finished with all this business. And number two, because this is the last time we're going to have to change planets during the free roam, and we can focus on Korriban when we're done. Oh, come on! Okay, so I finally arrived on Tatooine, and it's been quite a trip. You know, I had to fight off not one, but 3 waves of Sith ambushers because I had to leave the planet and come back because I wanted to get footage for the arrival on the planet without having to go searching through all my other episodes to make it easier. But, that whole time, it's been gnawing at my characters, I'm sure. What is in that box that makes it so valuable and so important? What makes it worth all this trouble? And, due to the warning I got, I am going to be cautious and save my game before I open it, because obviously you know I'm going to open it. Do you wish to open the box? Yes. Open the damn box. This is a weird place to show up. You can see there's, excuse me, you can see there's one other person or being that exists in this area, and a number of structures over there, and what looks like a cot on the ground by them. So we approach cautiously because you never know what's going to happen. What? Something else comes into my prison? Already? So very long a time and nothing. Then in a span of mere months, 3 in a row. What sheer luck. Well, let's have a look at you. Biped, more or less symmetrical. Far less hair than the last one. Pulls little digits, mostly water, hey? I suppose you'll have to do. I'll have to do for what? For a body, of course. I don't want to remain in this prison forever. No. I'm a prisoner here, as you are, yes indeed, though I suspect by accident rather than by sentence, yes? I was put here on purpose. My own people put our criminals in little cages like this. Well, our minds anyway. For really terrible criminals like me, our mind gets locked away forever. How long have I been here now? 1, 4, no, longer than that. I've never been very good with numbers. That's a very interesting little piece of information there. This is a prison? Can you think of a better prison than one without walls? What does your species use? Cages, I suppose. Yeah? Is there no way out of here? Well, now that is a most interesting question. Yes, indeed. I've been here long enough to ponder that. How many years now? 1,000? 10,000? I could never remember the numbers, even when I kept track. The point is, I know a way out of this clever little prison. Interesting that, wouldn't you say? Out? Out to where? If you get out of here, your body's probably dead. How clever of you to realize that. Indeed, you are correct. Your body, however, is not. Now, before you go off getting all excited and defensive, let me tell you that I can't go jumping into your body without your willing agreement. Conversely, you can't go jumping back into your body without my knowledge. This leaves us at something of an impasse, wouldn't you agree? Look, you're not getting my body. Did I not already say that I could only take your body if you were willing? Yes, I believe I did. We are still communicating, correct? It is like this, dear sentient. If you would like, we could spend the next 1,000 years debating. You want out, I want out. It could go on and on. Unless your species is remarkably long-lived, I doubt your body has 1,000 years. Frankly, I doubt either of us is going to convince the other of anything, yes? So why waste the time? A simple competition between the two of us and we settle the matter. You win, you go free. I win, I go free, yes? How do I know I can trust you? You have no reason not to trust me now. If I were to betray you, then you would never trust me again, and we would be stuck here arguing forever. It only takes once. I suppose that's true. But if you won and I did not release you, then there would never be another chance for me to escape anyway, would you? You would never agree to it. You have a point. Hence, I may as well let you go if you win. It is my one and only opportunity for freedom. This sounds deceptively simple. Does it? In truth, I've had a long time to think it over. You can take your time thinking about it yourself, but why? What kind of competition do you mean? I have little clue as to which activities you are superior at. You are at the same disadvantage with me, I suspect. So the best game is one of the mind. An exchange of riddles, perhaps. The first of us to fail on an answer loses. What do you think? I don't seem to have... Well... I could say I'd rather a more physical challenge. No doubt. You may have missed my earlier statement, but so let me remind you that your physical body is not really here. Your muscles do not exert anything and you can apply no force here. Hence, a physical challenge is somewhat impossible. No? So let's restrict ourselves to the mental challenges, my dear sentient. And what's to stop you from cheating? For that matter, what's to stop you from cheating? The only thing I can think of is that it's quite hard to cheat at riddles. Fair is fair. What are the rules? Perhaps we should restrict ourselves from riddles specific to our culture or race. A Karada Sarn, while wonderful to look at, will be meaningless to you, I'm sure. Beyond that, I shouldn't think there be any rules necessary. A riddle is a riddle, so are we agreed? I don't seem to have much of a choice. Now, no need to be fussy. If I seem to be moving fast, it's simply because I've had an overabundance of time to consider this scenario. That being the case, and seeing as this is technically my home, I'll go first. Now, let's see. Until I am measured, I am not known. Yet how you miss me when I have flown. Light, time, hope, energy. Until I am measured, I am not known. Yet how you miss me when I have flown. Time? Yes. I suppose that was an easy one. Perhaps I should have used all this time to think of harder riddles, eh? Fair is fair, sentient. Your turn. Anybody in the comments who understands that, well, yeah, anybody who knows what this is a reference to, what this whole segment is a reference to, you are awesome. What has roots as nobody sees, is taller than trees, up it goes, and yet never grows? What manner of plant could that be? But it does not grow, so it is no plant at all. It is a mountain. Yes, that is it. Very clever, sentient, but it is my turn once again. I never was, yet will always be. I have never seen, yet will always come. I can carry nothing, yet hold much for some. Oh, tomorrow. Yes, you have the right of it. Tomorrow it is. Fair is fair, sentient. Your turn. If you break me, I do not stop working. If you touch me, I may be snared. If you lose me, nothing will matter. Oh my, there are not many things that keep working once they're broken. Oh yes, your heart. Heart is the answer. Very clever, sentient, but it's my turn once again. Who makes it has no need of it. Who buys it has no use for it. Who uses it has no knowledge of it. This one I know off the top of my head because I actually solved this one myself in high school. It is a grave. Yes, that's it. A grave it is, though I'll likely never see one. Fair is fair, sentient. Your turn. I'm just going to spoil this one. He's going to lose here, no matter which one I choose, because he mentioned not being good with numbers when he was talking before we started this game. Several times he mentioned not being good with numbers, so you can cheat and slip him up with this. I think he just gives up. I'm going to be fair though and give him a chance. You heard me before, yet you hear me again. Then I die until you call me again. What an odd riddle. Yes. Let me see. Hear again, then call again. An echo? It's an echo. Ha ha. All right. He keeps going on. Very clever, sentient, but it is my turn once again. I am always hungry. I must always be fed. The finger I lick will soon turn red. Huh. Tear one off and scratch my head. What once was red is black instead. A flame. Yes, it's true. I wasn't sure if you blistered as we did, but it appears you do. So be it. Fair is fair, sentient. Your turn. Oh. This is the one where you win no matter what. I was almost there. Okay. I'll be fair. You can see nothing else when you look in my face. I will look you in the eye and I will never lie. Never lie, hey? There's something familiar here. Cannot place my finger on it. Look you in the eye. Look you in the eye. I concede. I do not know the answer to your riddle. You win. The answer is your reflection. It appears my destiny is to be imprisoned even longer. You ready to return to your body, sentient? Before I go, what's your name? My name? It's... Well, how do you like that? I've completely forgotten. I think I knew it 1,000 years ago. Guess I've been here so long I've forgotten. My, that is depressing. I could try to find some other way to get you out of here. I doubt you could help. My people made quite certain that escaping these prisons was a difficult prospect, you know. It took me as long as I've been here to figure out the only exit. Even then, I'm sure it's only happened because my prison is no longer secure. I do have to wonder how that happened. Are my people still about? If they were, I can't see that they'd let my prison loose so easily. But even if they are gone, I doubt you'd be able to find any way to release me. No, I suppose I shall just have to wait for someone who is not as proficient at riddles as you are to come along. Don't worry, I'm sure someone else will be along before you know it. You know, you're right. Maybe they won't be as intelligent as you either. It makes me feel much better, thank you. I could destroy your prison once I'm out, if you wish. Oh, I certainly doubt that. No offense, but your species hardly strikes me as that advanced. Besides, I'm not ready to explode into little bitty atoms just yet. Alright. There's no other options to choose, so I'm ready to go. There's nothing complicated about it. It's better for me to just show you than to teach you. Just close your eyes a moment, sentient. And that's that. Alright. So, I just want to point out that if you lose that game of riddles, it's a game over. You die. So, it really is in your best interest to either skip that quest entirely, not open the box, or know the answers to the riddles or be able to figure them out. Either way, we're here on Tatooine, we're in Anchorhead, and what we have to do is take the box to Moda, and don't worry, I didn't forget to grab the box. You just have to go talk to Moda the Hutt. I believe he's in here. Yes. Alright, so over here we talk to Moda. Ah, it's you again. So is this about racing or business? One or the other. I've got no time for anything else. I have a box for you, sent by Lurge. What's this? A box? Oh, that box. Yeah, I know what box you're talking about. I thought that was supposed to be here a month ago. Take a detour, huh? Ah, never mind. You opened the box. I did. It was very interesting. You opened it, but you're still around to deliver it to me. Impressive. More likely you're just lying, but I don't care. I suppose you're expecting some payment now, huh? I'll give you 2,000 credits for the box, and you can run on your way. I expect a little more for transporting dangerous goods. The box isn't dangerous unless you're fool enough to open it. But I like your backbone, human. I'll give you 2,500 credits. I'll have some of my spaceport workers unload the box from your ship. You take the credits and go. Say hello to Lurge for me. Alright. I will take the credits and go, but we will never see Lurge again because he unloaded as soon as we got the box. Okay, so back on Korriban, in where Lurge was, right behind him was the cantina. This guy looks like a Bazak player because he's got cards right in front of him. People over here that don't have names. And the bartender is the person that we were told to see about the premium items. Greetings, Sentient. You are the owner of the Ebon Hawk, yes? Or its latest owner, at least. I'm honored to meet you. I am Micah Doran, manager of this establishment. Is there something you're needing, Sentient? The owner of the Ebonhawk is always welcome in the Dresde Cantina. Ziagram says you sell special items. Yes, to the right buyer. Traditionally, the owner of the Ebonhawk has been the contact for all of my transactions, but in the past, the owner is always affiliated with the exchange. That is why Ziagram did not approach you earlier. We had no idea who you were or if we wanted to do business with you. Of course, that has all changed now, Lord Revan. What kind of things do you have for sale? Yes, let's get right to business. I carry only the rarest of items. Expensive, yes, but worth every credit. Weapons, armor, equipment, I carry a little of everything. The previous owners of the Ebonhawk would often resell items they purchased. In your case, I imagine you might find more than a few of them quite useful against your old apprentice. Let me see your premium items. Yes, of course. I'm sure you'll find my selection to be very interesting. Alright. Ah. Ooh. Ooh, man. Oh. Dang. Oh. Alright. Let's buy the Pazak card because of that pseudo quest that I have. Alright. All the Pazak cards. And see if he has any. Greetings, Sentient. You willing to engage in a hand of Pazak? I'm afraid there are a few takers on Korriban. Would have been good to have a little fun for once. Ask some questions. Alright. Okay. So I'm gonna go out here, exit rest day, and see what the planet itself is like. Alright, so apparently this planet is another dry planet like Tatooine. Over here, there's a box. And another box. Alright. We'll go over here. This is where we need to go. Let's talk to these guys. I have to stand at attention. Please, don't distract me, whoever you are. What are you doing? I'm trying to prove my worth to enter the Sith Academy here. We were told that if we stood here long enough, we would be worthy.
Seems like not much to do to be worthy of anything. How long you been up to it, boy?
We've been here for so many days. I'm so hungry. Some of us have died, but I must be strong. I must. I will keep standing. Who put you up to this? Miko. He's the Sith. The one watching us from over there. He said this was how we would prove our worth. I must be strong. Miko will find me worthy. Soon, I hope.
You'll get your turn soon enough, fool. And when you do, I will be there, laughing as you collapse from heat exhaustion and Miko's beatings.
Please, don't hurt me. I am too weak with hunger.
Okay, let's talk to Miko then.
Is there something specific you wanted?
Are you Miko?
And what if I am?
You have to do something about those men. They're dying.
That is the whole point. Personally, I think it's wonderful fun. Those fools actually think that if they stand there long enough, I'll let them become a Sith. Idiots. Sith is not a bantha, all endurance and no brains. A Sith would fight for his life, no matter the odds. If these rot grubs are as stupid as they seem, then they deserve their fate.
So, this isn't a real test for them?
Oh, it's a test, all right. It's a test to see if they're actually fool enough to die. If they don't, however, I certainly wouldn't admit them just for that accomplishment.
You should not toy with people's lives.
Why not just shoot them where they stand? It would at least be more direct.
It is a bit boring standing out here all day, however. I think I'll go for some dinner. It will be fun to think of them while I gorge myself. They'll still be here in an hour or two, surely. I suggest you run along before I decide to make you part of the fun.
You jerk! Okay.
Leave me be. I won't listen to your manipulations. I will make it into the academy. Just a few hours longer. Just a few hours, surely.
You talked to Meckel? Have I proved my worth? Did he say anything?
Mikkel is tricking you. He'll never let you into the academy.
Oh, no. All this for nothing.
Unfortunately, he passed away as soon as he found out he was being lied to. Him? You were talking to Mikkel. I saw you. Where did he go? Did he tell you I was worthy? No. He's lying to you. He'll never accept you. What? I've wasted all this time. How could I have been so foolish? I could have died. I'll find another way in. I swear it. I'll show him. Thank you. Okay. Talk to this guard, see what he has to say.
You are neither a Sith, nor do you bear the medallion of a student of this facility. Please, leave at once.
How do I become a Sith, then?
You must be admitted to the Academy. That decision must be made by a Sith who has already been accepted here. The final decision, however, remains with Master Yuthura. I believe she is currently at the cantina if you wish to seek her out. Now go.
Alright. Well. That was actually pretty helpful. Surprising for a Sith guard. If we recall, the last few times they've stood in our way and told us what we need. But he told us right where we needed to go. So, next time on Knights of the Old Republic, we're going to be speaking to... What did he say? Master Yuthura? I forget the title he gave her, but we're going to be speaking to Yuthura. See you guys next time.